Hello, everybody. I'm Krasi, and I will be looking at the week to come, starting from 8th of March. The 7 days of the week astrologically, we'll be looking at the most important celestial configurations. What are they going to bring us, and how each of the 7 days of the week will be looking like. Now, what is interesting now, what is new on the sky, is that actually for some parts of the world, we have already visible Jupiter. This is very important because, as you know, until now, we had only one visible planet on the sky, and this was Mars and the Moon. So for some parts of the world, and I think for in the States, you already see Jupiter, but in Europe, Jupiter will become visible in 5 days or in 4, around Thursday. On Thursday, we will be able to see Jupiter. This is very good because Jupiter is symbol of abundance, philosophy, blessing, and we've been missing him. Jupiter was not visible on the sky, and with this, he was not showing us manifesting his blessing. So this is positive, but this is happening towards the end of the week, and then we know Mars is in sidereal Taurus. He already passed some dangerous, a bit, dangerous, yes, degrees of the Pleiades, which made him very, very unpredictable. But this is this is also over now. Mars this week will be passing through the degrees of the celestial warrior Perseus, and this is maybe not bad because even though he's considered to be fallen in Taurus, these degrees of Perseus will be maintaining in a way his warrior-like nature, but in a very lofty and I think good way. So I don't think that this is so malefic. The good thing from this fallen Mars in Taurus is that actually he's creating harmonious trine towards Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury, which are in Capricorn, and still only Jupiter is the planet that will become visible any moment. Other than that, we know Venus is invisible still as Reshkigal. She will be invisible for another month and even longer. She is invisible as she has this nature of, but I have 2 very detailed videos about the invisible Venus. You may take a look at them, but she's more associated with this very deep, intrinsic, introvert nature of Venus, which is related to our intuition, finding balance. She's not supporting us so much financially as she's supporting us deeply to developing our personal qualities in terms of intuition, occult, if you want. And she is receiving a square by Mars now. This is not very harmonious. It can make people a bit emotional. Could be that their relationships are also too emotional and not very harmonious. So this is basically what is happening. Well, the good news is Jupiter, yes, indeed. And the Sun is in Aquarius this week, passing through sacred degrees of spirituality, which is beautiful for all of us. So let's see what is happening. Let me also tell you in the beginning that this is the week when we'll be completing the cycle of the lunar month. So today, on Monday, will be, 1 second, will be 8, but then on 11th, 12th, and the 13th will be have the 3 days of the invisible moon, which obviously says that this week will be completing the lunar month. So it is a week of very benevolent for closures, for closing matters, for completing things, for finishing deals, for any closure that you need to do in order to accomplish something, in order the closure to be happening in harmonious and useful and satisfying for yourself way. This is the week closure, because this is not usual closure of things, but later on the 14th of March, when we see the first lunar crescent appearing, this will be the first lunar crescent of the next Babylonian year. So you're not only closing a month, you're closing a year. So whatever you need to close now, if you have to fix things, if you have to improve relationships to start again, if you have issues to to fix with family members, and you want to finish one thing and start again on a very clean, new, fresh start, this is the week. So this was also important to share with you. So let's see what is happening on Monday, which will be the 22nd lunar day, 8th of March. The moon is in very harmonious place, in a very harmonious place in the vicinity of the galactic center, the Milky Way. Very philosophical, very good, and is creating harmonious aspect with the Sun and with Venus. This is benevolent. This will give us some harmony, will be very good in terms of, enhancing our intuition, doing some philosophical, if you want, activities about related to knowledge, studying, sharing knowledge with others, helping others. It is about philosophy, and yeah, enhancing intuition. Whatever spiritual practices you do now, there will be a powerful, most probably. And then Monday, of course, Moon Day is associated with the moon. And I'm usually repeating this. Maybe I'll make a separate video only about the food and the colors. But now briefly, as I do every week, on Monday, if we want to stay on a very harmonious fundament, if you want, state, and if you want to feel healthy and happy, it is very appropriate to welcome the Sun. And when we do this, to imagine and to have the knowledge of the planet and the divinity which are in charge of the day, which are ruling the day. And this will be the moon. And in Babylon, this was Sin or Nana. So a divinity, or Selena, Luna in the other Greek or Roman cultures. Anyway, the color would be white or blue, even green in some cultures, this because the nature is very much associated with the moon. So it's good that we imagine our aura of these colors, and it's good that we wear the moon stones, which could be moonstone, pearl, and many others, and aquamarine, whatever your intuition leads you to, but to be ruled by the moon for Monday. Also, the moon foods are appropriate for Monday, again, in order to stay healthy and joyful. And then let's see what is happening on Tuesday, which is ruled by Mars. Tuesday is 9th of March, 23rd lunar day. And the moon is in a very specific degrees, which are related to healing. So people who have such profession, or who are natural healers, or who practice healing, or who are, want to do their own healing, it's good to devote their time to this. I forgot to tell you, on Monday, to do medical interventions, you may do medical interventions. For Tuesday, you may do medical interventions, especially you may devote attention, give attention to healing, philosophies as well. And then the day should by Tuesday, imagine again the Sun, but then the color should be red. The stones could be red coral, ruby, carnelian. This would be appropriate. With the knowledge, Mars is ruling the day. Let Mars be kinder, not sharp with me. So also on this day, what you can do is day of completion of things. This is very important. You might travel, you may do your things, but it is day of philosophy, sharing your knowledge, helping others, medical intervention, yes. And then let's see Tuesday, Wednesday, 10th of March, 24th lunar day. The moon is going really to a closure of the month and of the Babylonian year. And the moon is in the degrees where you have the horns of the goldfish, the Capricorn, very clairvoyant, intuitive degrees. If you practice some spiritual practices, you will maybe be able to get information from the spirit world, or very, very potent degrees in this sense. Good for completion. Medical interventions you may do, and completing things, practicing any spiritual practices, and organizing, structuring, like organizing your activities towards completion of the year. And then because it is Wednesday, it is day of Mercury, day of knowledge. It is very good to imagine, if you welcome the sun again, imagine you have around yourself yellow or um, or light green, and then the gemstone, of course, would always be Larimar or green garnet, very beautiful for Mercury. And when Mercury will bless you with knowledge. And then we have Thursday, 11th of March, 25th lunar day. Let me see if the moon is already becoming invisible. Yes, a day of invisible moon. The first day is of invisible moon. So we have 11th, 12th, 13th, 3 days when we will not be able to see the moon on the sky. This is good, but for other purposes than doing important activities. Like I am repeating, usually when we speak about the invisible moon, important activities we should avoid. Medical interventions, big no. Traveling, important activities. It is good really to postpone a bit, because this is the nature of the moon. She descends into the netherworld to decide on the natures, on the destinies of the dead. She's not helping us in any activities on earth in this reality. She is good for enhancing intuition, for spending time with ourselves alone in the temple, in our own temple at home, in the nature, because this invisibility of the moon is happening in Capricorn, Aquarius, very spiritual and also very much about nature places. So let's see what is happening. Thursday, day ruled by Jupiter. When you welcome the sun, imagine around yourself orange, yellow. No, Jupiter, the great divinity related to children, abundance, all good, beautiful virtues, is ruling the day. And the color that you can imagine would be orange, yellow, and the gemstone would be yellow sapphire. And then when you look at Friday, which already will be 12th March, 27th lunar day, still invisible moon. On Friday, Venus is ruling the day. You imagine again pink or white color around yourselves. And then you can wear pink quartz, pink diamond, even white clear diamond for Venus, or also pink sapphire, for example. But then also on this day we can not do much. And then we're looking at a Saturday, 13th of March, a day of Saturn. Again, we welcome the sun, we imagine black or dark blue, but rather also amethyst color, and such could be the stone that we could wear, would be dark blue sapphire or amethyst. And again, a day to spend on our own, in our own temples. And first visibility of Jupiter for Europe mainly. I think in some parts of America, like I told you, Jupiter is already visible. This is really a day of celebration, beautiful appearance of Jupiter. He's trining Mars, immediately help from Jupiter. Mars will be kind of, the sharp influences of Mars will be softened by this appearance of Jupiter. And then we have 14th of March, which would be Sunday, and this will be the first appearance of the moon in Pisces, the first appearance of the moon in Pisces. And this is beautiful. This is the new year according to the ancient Babylonians. Typically, this is happening always when the moon appears, where we have the point of the spring or the vernal equinox for the northern hemisphere, or if we look at the southern hemisphere, this will be autumn, yes, fall for them, of course. So yes, and on Sunday, the new week, new month, new year begins with the first appearance of Jupiter. What is this telling us? That this is like an omen. Jupiter appears on the first appearance of the lunar crescent for the new year. This would say new chances, new philosophies, new awakening. Well, financially not brilliant because Venus is not visible, but she will give us depth. She will teach us a lot. So on Sunday evening, what can we do? We can actually, let me see, this is, yes, we can actually even the 15th is even more appropriate for that. What we can do is we can, this could be a good day, especially maybe the 15th more than the 14th for some important big beginnings. But keep in mind that Venus, which is giving the money as a result of your efforts, is still invisible, but beginnings related to education or some other plans could be appropriate. So Sunday, medical interventions not appropriate. And in these 3 days of the invisible moon, I told you this is not appropriate. On Sunday, we're welcoming the sun. The day is ruled by the sun. Orange is the color you can wear. Garnet or ruby, very beautiful stones for the sun. And yes, you will see this will be beautiful day also because Jupiter appears, the moon appears in this very benevolent position, wonderful for spiritual practices, enhancing your intuition, helping others, having fresh new start in some with some, let's say, improving relationship with people, helping others, starting your education, for example. Well, I hope this was useful for you. See you again next week and sooner even. See you soon. Bye-bye.